Namaste everybody, this is your host Chetan Srinivas Nigam. You're watching Unbiased, and today we're going to tell you how the mainstream media took its level of biasm to the very top by covering nothing about the genuine grievances and the suffering of the people of Assam and Bihar due to the annual.
It's all about humanity.
So if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please do, because we keep bringing unbiased content like this all the time. Now both Bihar and Assam have received their annual monsoon and water from rivers originating in Nepal and the Himalayas, of which Brahmaputra is by far the biggest. Normally this is a great thing, but not now, because the snow melting in the areas of Himalaya as well as the monsoon winds and the monsoon rains coincide with each other, thereby intensifying the amount of water received in the areas, causing the increase in the rapidity and the downstream of the rivers. But this is a natural phenomenon to both the areas of Assam as well as Bihar, and it was not a long time ago that these annual rains and the floods were welcomed with open hands by the farmers, as they not only replenished the fertility of the soil but also increased the amount of water available in the surrounding areas. However, today these annual floods leave the state reeling on a daily basis. What is causing these annual floods to be this high level of destructive? And what steps are being taken by the people as well as the government to counter them? As we said before, floods are natural to these areas and are highly essential for the survivability of the agricultural practices in the area. But today, these are less profitable and are more devastating to the people as well as the governments. But why is this happening? We here at the Unbiased feel that it is due to the increase in the amount of global warming. As the temperature in the surrounding areas has increased, it has caused the nearby snow-capped Himalayan mountains to melt, and melt in a faster and more destructive manner. The melting of the Himalayan mountains causes the increase in the amount of water infused into the rivers, causing them to become more intense and destructive in nature and cause disruption in all the areas they flow. Now my friends, let me tell you a little secret. This little secret that none of the open mainstream media want you to know about. Did you know that there was politics involved in the reoccurrence of floods in the areas of Assam and Bihar? Don't you understand me, or do you believe me? Just listen up. It has now come to fact that soon after independence, the early Indian National Congress government made several attempts in constructing and domesticating these rivers. It constructed high number of dams and high bandhs and barriers on both banks of these rivers. This caused the increasing in the amount of water, as these bandhs were both ill-planned and wrongly constructed. It caused the increase in the inhumane and devastating floods that we see today. The bandhs that were constructed on the banks of the river caused an increase in the amount of silt to be deposited on the land, thereby decreasing the depth of the rivers and decreasing their water holding capacity as well, due to which the rivers became more flood prone and their floods became more disruptive. Now with floods every time comes sand, and this sand gets deposited on cultivating land, and this cultivating land turns out to become barren. This causes the government a huge loss, as well as the farmers that have been practicing on that farm. The floods that were once a boon to the people of northern Bihar and Assam are today become the very curse and the reason for their misery and sorrow. All thanks to the great efforts made by the Indian National Congress and the increase in the amount of global warming.
Recently, a fact-finding mission has stated that the worst is yet to come. Friends, it has come to light that more than 80% of the embankments in Bihar and Assam are either too old or are poorly maintained. Adding to the misery, over the years, people have built their homes near the embankments. This becomes a serious issue. If at all, the embankment floods, which causes intense and sudden downpour. Moreover, as astonishing it might seem, the river Kosi, which is also known as the sorrow of Bihar, changed its path and took a path which it had abandoned over 100 years ago. Please don't tell me that this is not because of the improper construction of the embankments. Also, more than 79% of people in northern Bihar are living under a continuous threat of floods every year. Well, these were just some reasons which you should have known, but our elite anchors are more interested in telling you if Shri Amitabh Bachchan ji had his breakfast or how the MLAs of Rajasthan are enjoying their vacation in a resort. Moreover, our media guys recently created new heights of falling low. Recently, a very prominent channel gave a headline stating that Shri Amitabh Bachchan ji went to the washroom on his own. Seriously guys, here's a meme for you to enjoy. Our mainstream media is more interested in telling you about the change in lifestyle of Mr. Big B rather than the lives of more than 24 lakh people affected due to the harsh floods in Assam alone. It is expected that the floods have created a loss of more than 3,600 crore rupees financially and also takes more than 8,000 square kilometers of land every year. Well, if at all you are thinking that soil erosion should not be a big problem, let me inform you that we are going to become the most populated country in the world, and as the population increases, we need more and more land for our greeds. We request you to contribute to the ongoing flood relief measures in both the states by either donating financially to the CM Relief Fund or by sharing our video so the right person can give the help to the needy. Guys, it's high time now that we stop believing the so-called mainstream media whose only job is to spread fake news based purely on propaganda and start believing the unbiased, which tells you nothing but the truth. Wait, if you are thinking that what will happen if I alone change, if I alone donate, or if I alone start believing the unbiased? If you can't, who else can? Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.